So it's the day after the 300K. I'm here having a beer in downtown Sacramento, refueling, replenishing my stores of lost beer, obviously. So I had a great day on the ride yesterday. Finished just, 16 hours. So started at 7, finished at just about 11 o'clock. Had a great ride, felt good all day long. The bike performed well. Didn't finish with my friend Scott because he was having some bike issues. So I had to stop and fix that, and then he was just going a little bit slower than I was on kind of the last climb. But anyway, great day on the bike. Beautiful weather, got a little cold at night. I probably should have dressed a little bit warmer. So in terms of applying my own PBP tips, we did try and employ rest stop management all day and get in and out of rest stops as quickly as we could. We made a few extra stops at places that weren't controls because there's just not a whole lot of stuff out there on this particular course. And so we had to make a few more stops just to pick up some drinks and whatever. The other thing about the ride that was just a little bit sobering was the appearance of Cobb Mountain. It's been a year or so since the fires went through there, and the landscape has just totally changed. There were a lot of sections where I was just noting that you could see up ahead of you where the road was going, where the last time I was up there, which was 2 or 3 years ago, you couldn't see the road ahead of you because of all the trees. The trees are gone. Some people have started to rebuild, but huge areas where there's just nothing at all, just foundations where houses used to be. So anyway, get into the video now. I'm going to start with some stuff I've recorded the night before and get into the video itself. Hope you enjoy it. So it's Friday night, night before Saturday, and tomorrow is the 300-kilometer Brevet by the Davis Bike Club. Gonna go from Davis up through Lake County up to the top of Cobb Mountain, do a big loop around the top of Cobb, and then come back and then head back into Davis. 300 kilometers, one big climb out at the middle, a bunch of rollers in between. So I'm doing what I've been doing for, well, many years, which is getting all my stuff ready the night before. I've done this so many times, but I always have a sinking feeling that I'm gonna forget something, but I hope not. I think I've got pretty much everything I need. So the bike is ready. I'm gonna be riding this bike tomorrow. This is one of my Alex Stingers. This is the slightly older one. Dates from about 1983 or so. I bought it in pretty much this condition. Anyway, not getting into the bike a whole bunch tonight, but everything is here. So what I do is I try and put everything on the bike that I'm gonna wear in the morning so I don't forget it. There's a helmet with my gloves and hat and so on. Up here at the front is kind of my sort of electronic cockpit. Video camera over here, my Garmin Verb that I use for some on-the-bike stuff. Computer with the route preloaded into it, so I don't have to worry about that in the morning. And a light up here, which is just a backup for the generator lights in case something goes wrong. I'm running a bottle generator, a tire-driven dynamo on here. So I've used it many times. Hopefully it'll work tonight or tomorrow because we're gonna be riding in the dark probably for several hours. And then really quickly, inside the bag itself, I've got a whole bunch of cameras in here. This is my Yolo 360 camera that I'll use for on the bike stuff tomorrow. Digital camera here and a film camera there. I'm gonna try and take mostly film pictures tomorrow just for the hell of it. So I've got the film camera, I got an extra roll of film over here, sunscreen. Up in the front here, I've got patches and ballpoint pen to fill out the Brevet card, little stuff like that that you need for randonneuring. So anyway, everything is ready and I'll be heading out of here tomorrow about 6, drive over to Davis, get ready for the start and find my friend Scott, and we will go have a fun ride tomorrow. See you then. Alright, so we're about, I don't know, 20 miles out. Just about getting into Winters. Up there ahead of me is the lead group. So somehow I attached myself to the fast group, and I'm trying right now not to spend too much energy keeping up with them. Scott and I are planning on making a quick stop in Winters, so there's really no point in hanging with those guys. They're going to keep on going. A little bit on the cold side, probably in the 40s right now. It's going to be a beautiful day. Not a cloud in the sky, and just a nice day of riding. So, all right, so Scott and I just left Winters. We made a quick stop there. A little extra control for us.
Pecan pie.
Got some pecan pie, little coffee. Scott got his computer going. And we're able to ditch that fast group, and we're about to catch up with a much more reasonably paced group right ahead of us up here. So Scott, any thoughts for the ride? Anything you're going to focus on?
Survival.
Survival. That's a good plan.
Drive and live to ride a 400 in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Well, it is a beautiful day. We're looking forward to a nice ride.
Me too.
Alright, so I'm in Pope Valley, about a mile and a half from the control up here. It is about 11:45, so I've been riding for almost 5 hours, a little over a third of the way through. I passed the 1/3 mark a few miles back. So, as predicted, it's turned into a wonderful day. I think I'll take my vest off up here at the control. I'm gonna apply a little chamois cream down below, keep problems from starting to occur down there, get something to eat and drink, and wait for my friend Scott. So I'll see you at the control. So I'm here on an unpaved part of today's 300K. Now this, of course, is something you're not going to see in France, at least we shouldn't. The roads over there are very, very nice. Something I talked about in one of my other PBP tips episodes. But this part is, well, it used to be called gravel. That's kind of really hard packed now, so I would maybe just call it sort of unpaved. It's actually better than it used to be. When it was actually a paved road, it was full of potholes and was more patched than pavement. It's actually not too bad. So we'll be through with this in another mile or so, and then some more climbing, and then the really big climb up to the top of COBB, which I'm not sure anybody's looking forward to. Anyway, we'll be there soon. Okay, so I'm at the bottom of, well, the big climb. This is, you can see up ahead there, That's the start of the climb up to Loch Lomond, and it gets steep for a while and kind of stays that way. There's a downhill to a little store and then kind of some rollers, but the worst of the climbing for the whole day is coming right up here, so wish me luck. Should have brought lower gears. Alright, so the control at the top of Cobb Mountain was just back there. So now there's a little bit of uphill and then the big downhill back in the Middletown. And as I warned my friend Scott, it's a really fast, kind of dangerous downhill if you let your speed get out of control. So, sorry, I gotta grab the handlebars. All right, Scott. As I said, I finished in about 16 hours, pulled into the finish feeling pretty good. So I'm looking forward to my 400K Brevet, which is in just a little over a week. Watch for a video on that and plenty of other topics coming up in my PBP tips series. So if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to get notified about future PBP tips videos, go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.